everyone, I'm here with Lisa Comfort, who did the nails for our August cover. Welcome.
Hi, Stephanie.
For this cover, I wanted to do something that incorporated sort of lace and pearls and sort of a vintage Chanel quality. So I presented this idea to Lisa, who came up with this idea for the nails. How did you begin?
Well, I began my application with applying some black tips that were actually new to our market because they have a really nice extreme C-curve, and this really helps when you're doing pointed nails or heavily rounded nails.
Our model also had sort of a shorter nail bed. How did you create the look of a longer, leaner nail bed?
Generally, when I find I'm working on a short nail bed, I'll use opaque powders to apply into the nail plate, and that will just give it a little bit more length. Generally, I'll use the tip and I'll apply the tip a little bit further out onto the nail so that I have the extra room to apply the opaque powder.
When you're using an opaque color on the nail plate, you can't pull it over the tip, otherwise it'll make the tip look cloudy. What do you do to compensate for that?
Well, it's really important that when you're applying anything with another color on top of a color that you stop short right where the smile line meets. So generally I just apply the product right to the edge of the tip and make sure that I do not pull it over. And then I use clear powder to do all of the rest of the capping on the nail. That brings everything together for me.
I haven't seen a whole lot of black tips used, so I thought this was a great thing to show our readers, because if you're not good at sculpting, this is a great way of having a black tip on a French that's easy with a perfect smile line.
Yeah, actually using black tips makes the job a lot easier and also prevents any dragging of black powder into your clear powder. So using a black tip is very effective in time management as well as the absolute overall look of the smile line.
So after you applied the acrylic, you went in and pinched the C-curve.
Yeah, that's very essential to making sure that the nails look nice and tapered. Using pinching tongs makes the job a lot easier, especially when you're using the colored tips. They tend to be a little bit thicker than normal tips on the market, so you need the extra support and a tool to pinch the nails consistently. And
you wait until just before the acrylic hardens so it's still pliable?
Yeah, that's very important because oftentimes people will pinch before it's time, and then they'll smear the clear acrylic on top of the tip. So when you're doing pinching with tips, you generally will wait a lot longer than you would when you're doing a sculpted nail.
The final touch for the nails was adding details of little mini pearls on the nails. Where do you find all these different size ones, and do you have any tips for applying them?
Generally, when I go to the trade shows, I'll spend a lot of time looking at all the different nail art booths and just trying to see anything different that I don't already have into my collection. Over the course of the year, I've accumulated quite a collection of different types of embellishments to put on top of the nail. Most of them are available with the common nail art companies in the industry, however. Sometimes you might want to try going to a bead store because often they will have things available to choose from that are different than what we have in our market. You'll notice on one of the nails I polished it black first, and I did that to give it a little bit more of a dramatic appearance, and then I tried to give the appearance of different types of necklaces onto that nail. Whereas the other two nails, I just wanted to complement the fact that we were using the pearls, and so we did an accent on one of them by doing an abstract moon with pearls, and then we just did a nice strand of running pearls down the index finger of the opposite hand.
What did you use to adhere the pearls to the nail?
I used top coat. Generally what I like to do is I just apply a little bit of top coat onto a piece of plastic, and either that or I will use it and I will apply it directly onto the nail, and then I'll use either miniature pointy tongs or I will use an orange wood stick to pick up the pieces and to apply them. It's actually very easy to do.
If a client came in and wanted something like this for a special occasion, do you have any tips on how to keep them in place for the special occasion so the pearls don't come flying off?
Yeah, absolutely. If they're going to be wearing the pearls for an extended period of time, let's say more than 10 days to 2 weeks, you might want to use some brush-on resin first or a brush-on glue. I would recommend that you do that after you've done your top coat.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and for being so creative and coming up with so many great ideas. I think the nails turned out really great. I'm really happy with them.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to do another cover with Nail Pro. It's always my pleasure, and I enjoy being here with you guys. It's great.
Thanks.